Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to the Worthless Scrapper. Back at it again in the garage today since it's raining outside. Got all these locks and hinges from the bank vault security lock boxes I'm taking apart, and I figured since it's not nice out, let's just do something indoors today. I'm going to teach you in this video how to know the difference between cast aluminum, well, this is die cast aluminum, we got red brass, we got yellow brass, we got everything. We got keys down here, more and more and more stuff to go through. I'll show you how I separate my stuff and categorize it so I get the best value at the scrapyard. So let me clear this off a little bit, get it set up, put you on my chest, and I'll walk you through it. Alright, before we get started, I just wanted to show you a quick example of where all these locks and hinges came from. So this bank vault I'm taking apart, there was over 4,000 doors total. They went from this size to this size. I believe this was like the smallest that they got. Anyway, that's some thick plated prepared steel right there. But on the back side, you got all these screws. Of course, my favorite ones in the whole world, the flathead. So anyway, these plates are really heavy. I mean, I got the scale right here. Just this big plate weighs a little over 14.5 pounds. Now that the table's cleaned off a little bit, I just want to run you through something that I think helps a lot when scrapping. Always just get the stuff you need together to make things more efficient, faster. Get your screwdrivers, your grinders, your bits, some little needle nose pliers, whatever you need. Like, try things out, see what works best, what's the most efficient, and then stick with that. You don't have to just jump into everything at one time. Take your time, go through it, see what works, and then do an assembly line process. You'll get so much more done in so much less time. You might be asking yourself, did I really set these all up perfectly in a line like that? No, I didn't do that. I found this unlevel level that's got a magnet on it, and I kind of just did that, make things easy. So now that I got my first lock taken apart and spread out, all the stuff that came out from inside of it, I need to identify what this is made from. The first tool I like to use is a magnet. This is a neodymium magnet from a computer hard drive. I have it attached to a stainless steel chain from a grill. All grills have one on it. Next time you scrap one, take it, clip it onto a neodymium magnet, clip it to your belt loop. You always have a magnet with you. So I check all the pieces to see if the magnet sticks. If the magnet does not stick, you go to the next step, which is when I like to pull out the angle grinder. Because you want to grind that surface to see what's underneath it, to make sure it's not just some coating or something like that. It could be aluminum with plating on it. So you grind a couple pieces to analyze maybe what it's made from. So I already did that because this angle grinder is pretty loud. And if you can see here, I got a yellow brass and this. Well, what is this? It looks like copper, but is it copper? No, it's not copper. Copper has more of a red tone to it. So this tells you it's not copper, it's not yellow brass. More than likely, 99% of the time, it is red brass. Now your scrapyard should have an XRF analyzer gun. They can scan it, verify it. The reason it's called red brass is because it's got more of a percentage of copper in the material than yellow brass. Yellow brass is about 60%. Red brass goes all the way up to 90% copper. It's $1 more per pound. So it is worth your time figuring this out, because obviously right here I have a lot of red brass, yellow brass, and we'll get into the aluminum here in a second. But take your time, you'll figure it out, you'll get better at it as you go, and trust me, you'll make a lot more money. Alright guys, we are back, and look what we have so far. Nice bucket of yellow brass, and 1.5 buckets of red brass. Now, onto the aluminum locks. The difference between die cast and cast aluminum. But right before we do that, I wanted to show you something. When I was taking those last locks apart, I noticed they all look the same, but they're not the same. For example, inside here, that's yellow brass. This one is red brass. Same thing with the bolts. You got yellow brass ones and red brass ones. There's a big difference. You got to pay attention. And on top of that, what I'm about to do right now, got magnetic ones with brass attached. Always carry your magnet. Check everything. So here is how I tell the difference between die cast and cast aluminum. And it all has to do with this root kill. It's for cleaning out septic tanks. Comes in these little crystals, pretty, but don't touch it with your bare hands or anything. Anyway, you mix that in a spray bottle with some water. And when you take your aluminum, you take a file to it if you don't have a grinder, and you file it. I did that on all 3 of these pieces. And this, yeah, it might look like brass, but guess what? Grind it, it's aluminum. And what you do, take your spray bottle, and you spray it. If it turns black instantly, I'm talking instantaneous, it will turn black. That is die-cast aluminum. Let's check this piece. Instantly black, die-cast aluminum. What about the plate for it? Die-cast. Now this piece, you can also tell, because this is a lot lighter, that more than likely it's just cast aluminum. Doesn't change color at all. That's the #1 way I used to separate die-cast from cast aluminum, until I found a scrapyard that just throws it all together. It makes my life a lot simpler. But sometimes I still like to use the root kill with some water and check it out just to see. Now I'm going to finish getting all these locks apart. I'm going to take a punch and punch out all these brass pieces because it is definitely worth it. These are pretty heavy. I'm going to pull all the pins on all the hinges. I'm going to get all these apart. I'm going to add everything up, weigh it, get the grand total, and you are going to be shocked. Alright guys, we are back and everything is disassembled and separated into its own category. All I gotta do is weigh this last bucket of yellow brass real quick. Got the scale at 0. Let's see what this weighs. Looks like we got about 78 pounds after subtracting the container. Let's add it to the pile. Oh, it's always good to check. Make sure you don't have something else in there. So now that everything's weighed up, we're going to start with the cast aluminum. We had 15 pounds of cast aluminum, so that's $7.50. We had 178 pounds of die cast aluminum. That's $89. The red brass, we had 121 pounds of red brass. At $3.60 a pound, that's $435. And now for the mountain of yellow. And this is a lot of weight. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I have this thick table, otherwise I'd be scared right now. This brass weighs 452 pounds. And it's $2.60 a pound right now. That is $1,175 right here for a grand total, everything combined, $1,706.50. Now, to also maximize your profit for all that hard work that you just did, when you go to a scrapyard with this amount of weight, they can always increase what they're normally paying. Most of them do. You got to ask. They don't always tell people about it. If you show up with over 100 pounds of the same material, or some of them are up to 500 pounds. But just ask. It's worth a shot. You can increase your profit. I am only going by the pricing of today's prices on their website. Last time I took this stuff in, I got 25 cents extra per pound. So it's definitely worth asking. It doesn't hurt to ask. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you guys. Now I'm going to get all this brass and die cast put into more manageable containers and get it loaded in the truck. But I wanted to know what kind of videos you guys want to see. Did you want to see the copper granulator? I mean, I tell you, this copper, when you chop it up like that and get it all clean, it feels so much better than sand. Anyway, I have stuff everywhere, inside, outside. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. I might be able to help you out. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you at the scrapyard.